let's not keep you waiting there, partner. Let's go ahead and get here with this here reviewing movie.
All
right, Martin. 1 million ways to die in the West, people, is what Seth MacFarlane says. Now, Seth MacFarlane, he's directed a big hit, Ted, but with this one, not only is he directing, producing, and writing like he did with his last feature, but he said, you know what, shit,
I'm doing all this work.
He said, wait a minute.
Let me step in front of the camera and take some credit.
Guy does every fucking voice in Family Guy.
Yeah.
And he hosted the
Oscars.
Why not go out and make myself a leading man? Now, in this movie right here, Martin, Seth MacFarlane, he plays old punk-ass sheep farmer, right?
Right.
And he breaks up with his girlfriend.
She breaks up with him.
Oh, that's right. That's an important thing.
It's important.
She said, you ain't nothing but some old punk-ass sheep farmer. You can't even raise fucking cattle. That's how sorry your ass is. It just so happens that my man's in luck. In comes Charlize Theron. Hotter, if you ask me.
Hell yeah. Amanda Seyfried, she's a cute girl, but next to Charlize Theron.
But he says, you know what? This is the girl for me right here. This is so good. What could actually go wrong?
I know. She's a perfect girl. Except for being married to the toughest, meanest killer in the West.
To the biggest dickhead in the West. Kill people just for looking at him.
And on top of being all that, he's Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson will whoop your ass in a minute.
The nice Liam Neeson will whoop your ass.
That is true. Liam Neeson on a nice day will say, excuse me, Pat, I'm sorry. I knew you were going to say something to piss me off. I'm sorry. Now, he says, I'm surely going to die, but it's okay because everything else in the West wants to kill me, Martin.
Yeah.
Hey, 1 million ways to die in the West, yes. Martin. They ain't called that for no reason.
It's a pretty long list of things.
Well, it's only a 2-hour movie, which is too fucking long in the first place.
Only a comedy should not be 2 hours unless it's epic or good.
I have so much admiration for Seth MacFarlane's intelligence. I believe he's a smart guy. He's the kind of guy that you just want to, you want to pull him out the classroom. And you want to tell him, Seth, what you doing, man? You better than this. You smarter. I would expect this much out of that Wayans boy in there.
Oh, yeah.
But not you.
Well, the Wayans boy has slipped to a new low. So this is above something he would do. But it's peppered with a lot of that. You know what? It's a lot like the jokes on Family Guy. Like, even if you're a fan of Family Guy, there's a plenty of jokes they throw in there that are just childish, they're throwaways. You're like, let's move on to the next one. But it moves so quickly.
I would give a movie a 2-fart limit. A two, and that's me being Liam Neeson on the nice day.
I know. And this blew that out. No pun intended.
It has not 1, not 2, but 3 fart jokes within the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Within the first 30 fucking minutes of the movie. A lot of people out there talking about, Seth MacFarlane just had to put himself in the leading role. Just had to put himself in front of the camera. He's stepping over everybody now. You about to have right.
I thought he was okay.
I didn't think he was bad.
I didn't think he was bad at all.
I think that if this had been another director, he would have been better.
Okay.
But because it's Seth MacFarlane directing himself, can't nobody say cut. There's shit where people on the crew, where they were just like, somebody gonna tell this motherfucker to stop. You gonna do it? I'm not directing this movie. You like your job?
Right. When he's the star and the director and the producer, there's nobody to go and complain to.
His direction here is sloppy.
Yeah.
There are so many jokes in here where, you know what, that was worth a chuckle or two if you just knew when to fucking stop it.
Or, hey, you got off a joke that actually made me chuckle almost to a laugh. Don't run it. Don't repeat it.
When they're actually going through and making jokes about the West, then that's when it's funny.
But it's interwoven in there. Yeah, it starts out like it's going to be the new Blazing Saddles. But it seems to come a point, and this is early, this point, where it's like, well, I can't be thinking of like clever Mel Brooks stuff all the time. I got to go to the fart joke. Halfway through, it just stopped making jokes. It just became about whatever the story was. Him and Charlize Theron.
She's natural, man.
Yeah.
She is in the middle of all this stupid shit.
Yeah. It's almost like she refused to participate and everything had to come up to her level.
It's almost like they shot Charlize Theron and Seth MacFarlane when they didn't know that the cameras were rolling, because they do have a natural chemistry. You know what? I want to say something about Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane's quick to talk about people, man. His girlfriend is played by
Amanda Seyfried.
Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah. He talked about how big her eyes are.
He didn't hesitate to talk about her eyes. But I want you to look at this fool right here. Now that he's put himself in the spotlight, tell me he don't look like a cross between Ryan Reynolds and a hedgehog.
He gives himself all the funny lines. It'd be fine if the jokes were funny enough to pay off for that. But like you get Neil Patrick Harris, who actually comes in and gets some funny lines, but it's like every time he gets off a real good one, it's followed by something that's not that good.
Seth MacFarlane giving himself center stage is not letting everybody else who's actually better than him.
I know.
Actually make a good movie.
I know. Like Sarah Silverman. An accomplished comedian. She's just there just to deliver setups. She's
got less than 15 minutes in this movie. Meanwhile, she's got to sit back and look at his dumb ass.
Right.
Just sit up there and act a fool in front of the camera. Even Ribisi, whatever.
Giovanni
Ribisi should get a little more camera time here than Seth MacFarlane. But, Seth MacFarlane coming in just elbowing everybody out the way. Yup. Look at me. It looks great. Cinematography, he has it down. The sets.
Yeah.
And the score that he has for it, too. Yeah. I mean, he took notes on how to make a Western. Yeah. And I look at it and I was like, you know what? If you take all the dumb shit out of this, which is almost everything,
right?
It's like you might have an actual decent Western here.
If you took all the dumb shit out, he'd have an episode of Gunsmoke. I stretch it to say it could be a 2-part episode of Family Guy.
And here's my final thing about this movie, man. I can't really get past seeing Seth MacFarlane as that fucking dog.
Brian the dog?
And I was looking around saying, where the fuck is Stewie?
Uh-huh.
I love those episodes where Brian and Stewie go on adventures together. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, man, you need Stewie here. Whether you Seth MacFarlane or Brian, you need fucking Stewie here, man. This is why when I make a cartoon character with my voice, it's me. It ain't. When you have a cartoon character, do not give that character your voice. Your voice. Whenever Bill Murray walks into the room, everybody loves Bill Murray. I don't see Bill Murray. I see fucking Garfield. I see that cat coming in with a bottle of liquor and hanging out with everybody. The movie never went past a chuckle for me, but it's humorous when it is actually being clever. All this other childish bullshit in there, I think there's going to be people out there who are more forgiving of that kind of humor, and that's why I'm going to say that this is a rental, low rental.
Yeah, I'm pretty much right there with you. I mean, for A Million Ways to Die in the West, it's more like A Million Ways to Die on stage in the West. Because it's like watching a comedian who's just not that funny and won't get off. You're right. Nothing more than a chuckle. And some surprises here and there, but man, it's a low red boxer. Man, even though we didn't enjoy that movie so much, there was somebody sitting next to you who loved this movie.
There was an old man. I mean, if you didn't know any better, you think it was an old miner right out the movie.
Like Walter Brennan.
This must have been his first movie.
He just got out of the mine. He just had his burro parked outside with packs and picks and shovels on it.
This is Seth MacFarlane's biggest fan. Seth, I found your biggest fan. He sat next to me, everything. Martin in my line, everything.
No. I could hear him on the other side of you.
Oh yeah, everything in the movie was, and he had gurgling laughs. He's like, you know that laugh that somebody does when at first it's like, and they take a rest. You think they're dumb, but they come back stronger. And we couldn't even get mad at him.
I know, exactly.
We said, man, this man, obviously, he doesn't get much entertainment in life.
He softened the movie. It's like it tells us a bunch of bad jokes. You'd be like, "Oh, come on!" It's like, Gummy Joe likes it. I can't get mad.
If this movie, A Million Ways to Die in the West, is the funniest shit you've seen, then
God bless you.
God bless you, man. Go at it. Have a good time. Obviously, you haven't seen a movie in the last 50 fucking years. Give me crack door, and I don't care. Let MacFarlane in. Shit, I'm blacking out.